Last week, we started a topic on how to become a tech professional. And we said before you go into any field, before you go into any career, it's important that you have an understanding of some information that is needed in that field. You don't just go into a field blind. You have to get a lot of information that you need, because the information that you need would help in determining what and how, or the kind of knowledge that you need to possess within that field. So today we started last week on listing the steps, the step-by-step approach to becoming that goal of you acquiring or becoming a tech professional. And we started by saying the first thing you need to do when you want to become a tech professional is to have an understanding about the industry. So the first thing is know the industry. And under that, we said there are four things you need to have an understanding on if you want to know the industry. The first thing you need to have an understanding on if you want to know the industry is to have an understanding of the domain that operates within the tech industry, starting with the first domain, which is the domain that build. There are actually four domains that operate within the tech industry. There is the innovation domain, which is the domain that creates. There is the development domain, which is the domain that builds. There is the security domain, which is the domain that protects. And the fourth is that there is the management domain, which is the domain that manages. So we need to have an understanding of these four areas, because having a broad understanding of these four areas makes you to have in your possession information and knowledge that can help you to take decisions that has to do with the particular domain you want to function, the roles you want to take, and all of that. But knowing the domain is just one thing about the industry that you have to know, because there is also you having to have an understanding of the opportunities that exist within the tech space. And last week we said there are four opportunities that exist within the tech space. The first opportunity is that it's an opportunity. The tech industry is an opportunity where is a space where you have the opportunity to grow. You can leverage on the growth pattern in the tech industry. You can start as a tech enthusiast and grow to becoming a tech leader. You can start and grow in a particular role. You can start as a graphic designer. For example, I started my tech career as a computer operator. I started by helping people to type work, helping people, because that was way back in 2007, 2008, where a whole lot of the whole lot of persons have not really gotten acquainted with the with computers. So I learned how to do computer through a computer school that I attended. I learned how to help people, to support people. So I started by helping people to type work. So people bring jobs to me. Hey, Hanniel, please help me type this, and I just type it, format it using Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and all those other offices. Yeah, then it used to be Microsoft Office, not now that is Office 365. So then it used to be Microsoft Office. So these are all that's how I started my career. And but now I have grown and evolved as the industry continues to grow to become where I am now. So the first thing is that the tech industry gives you the opportunity for you to grow. So the second thing is that the tech industry gives you the opportunity for you to learn a skill. But beyond just learning the skill, you can learn the skill, build a product and launch into the market without you having to work for anybody. So it's not just a thing of you having to learn a skill for the purpose of you going to work for people. No, this time around you are learning a skill for the purpose of you building a product and using that product to serve other people. So the tech opportunity gives you the opportunity. The tech industry gives you that opportunity where you can build a product after learning a skill. So that's the second opportunity that exists in tech. The third opportunity that exists in tech is that it is a role, it's an industry that gives you the opportunity for you to become a freelancer. You don't need to be committed to one organization, and that organization determines everything that you do, every decision you make within your tech career. Because as a freelancer, your time is free, and you can work for different organizations at the same time, simultaneously. So that is the third opportunity that exists in tech. And the fourth opportunity that exists in tech is the opportunity for you to support the community. There are a whole lot of information there are a whole lot of problems within the community that needs to be supported. There are a lot of challenges that exist within the community. Development of advocacy policies, development of tech policies, I beg your pardon, development of identification of gaps and solving those gaps, like training professionals. Like this is one of the opportunities in tech that we are doing, training and turning people from enthusiasts to be professionals. These are opportunities that exist. There are gaps within the industry, a whole lot of gaps. So you can support the industry either through advocacy or identifying challenges that exist and solving those challenges. So these are the 4 opportunities that exist in tech. But this is the second thing you need to know. The first thing you need to know is know the industry, know the domain. Under knowing the industry, you know the domain. Second thing is you know the opportunities that exist in the industry. The third thing you need to know about the industry are the career path that exist. The career path are channel in which you can pursue a career. And last week we made mention of the fact that there are 6 career paths that exist within the tech industry. The first is the software and the development career path, which is the path that further divides into other subdomain or sub career path like AI, blockchain, Internet of Things, cloud, and all of that. They all fall under the software career path. Then we have the second career path, which is network and communications. This is the part that ensures that entities can connect with each other, people can communicate with each other, computers can communicate with each other. This career path is what helps in ensuring all that happen. The third career path is the security career path, which is the career path that helps to ensure that systems, infrastructure, people, processes, they are all secure. Then the fourth career path is the creative technology career path. This is the career path that graphic designers, 3D animators, and all of that falls under. This is the part that ensures that designs are conceptualized and are designed and are able to prick the emotions of people once they see the designs. Then we have the fifth career path, which is the data career path. And in the data career path, like I said in our last 2 sessions, it is a novel career path. It is new. It has been existing, but it's gradually carving a niche for itself. Because we are beginning to see the need for other roles to function within this domain. So that's the third thing you need to know about the industry. Then the fourth thing you need to know about the industry, which was where we wrapped up last week, is having to know the career roles that exist within this career path. So all the career path, majority of the career path, there are major roles, there are roles that exist within them. So there are 7 major roles that exist within the different tech career path, most of the different tech career path. One being the specialist role, which is the role that helps you to specialize in a particular tool, a particular programming language, a particular techniques, and all of that. Then we have the analyst career path, the path that helps in identifying patterns in tech, help solving, identifying patterns, establishing relationships, and all that. Then the third career path, the third tech career role that we have is the engineering career role, and this is the career role that helps in building. This is where software engineers come to play, network engineers come to play, security engineers. They function also under this role because what they do is that they think of how best to solve a problem and more importantly, build a solution for a particular problem. Then we have the designer's career path, and this designer's career path, that's where product designers, graphic designers, 3D designers, and animators. This is where these are the roles that they fall under. Then we have the architect career role, and the architect career role is the role that helps in ensuring that the ideas are conceptualized, solutions are conceptualized. However, it is the engineering roles that usually give life to those solutions. So those are the things that we treated last week. And we said it's just one of the steps for you to become a tech professional. And that step is knowing the industry. Those are the 4 things you need to know about the industry. And let me just give you a quick recap. The first thing you need to know about this industry is to know the domain. The second thing you need to know about the industry is to know the opportunities that exist in the tech industry. The third thing you need to know about the industry is to know the career path that exists within the tech industry. And the fourth thing you need to know about the tech industry is to know the roles that exist within each career path. So today we'll be taking it a step further, because after knowing the industry, the next thing you want to know is to have an idea, is to know yourself. Because you are the one going into the industry, you are the one that want to function in the industry. After knowing where you want to function, now you want to know yourself. Know yourself. What are the things you want to know about yourself? The two major things you want to know about yourself. The first thing you want to know about yourself is to know your soft skills. And your soft skills, I will give a I want to refer you to our last 2-3 videos on the 7 core soft skills that is needed for you to function and succeed in tech. So I want to refer you to, please go watch that video and ensure that you don't miss out from those 7 core soft skills. And I'm going to give a quick recap, because as long as tech is concerned, there are 7 core soft skills that is needed in tech. But among these 7 core soft skills, for you to function in core technical areas, you need 4 of those 7 core soft skills. So the first one is practicability. Practicability is the ability for you to learn a skill and apply it. Simply, learning a programming language, using it to program things, practicability. Learning graphic design, using it to learning CorelDRAW, using it to design, practicability. Learning a security tool, using it to implement, practicability. You learn to implement, but that's not all, because that can be a skill, and it is a foundational skill for all tech professionals, especially those that want to go into core tech. That means hands-on tech. So those that want to go into hands-on tech, you would need to have practicability skills, because you need to learn tools, you need to learn programming languages, you need to learn processes, and all these processes needs to be implemented. All these processes needs to be used in the core for you to be able to achieve specific purpose. So the first soft skill that is needed in core technical area is practicability. The second soft skill that is needed in core technical area is analytical. And like I said in that video, I made mention of the fact that the security domain is largely, generally, typically an analytical domain. It's a domain that requires high analysts. Anything security requires high level of analytical skills. So you need to know whether you possess analytical skill, because if you possess analytical skill, it's going to help you in making decisions on the roles or the career path you should pursue. Analytical skill is the ability to identify patterns, establish relationship, and underline principles. That's a pure, simple definition of analytical skill. So you need to know yourself. Ask yourself this simple question: do I possess analytical skill? So once you've been able to identify that, the next skill is problem-solving skills. This is the skills that usually gives life to ideas. This is the skills that build. And the problem-solving skills is the ability for you to solve problems that have been identified, or problems that will exist. So problem-solving skills is you having to use that which you have learned, which is largely knowledge, to solve problems. So that is the skill. You want to ask yourself, do I have problem-solving skills? Can I easily find problems to issues? So if you find yourself for example, if you find yourself in a gathering and in your boardroom, for example, and there is a problem, are you among those that are always quick to say, see, this is the best way for us to go about it, these are solutions? Or are you that person that want to sit behind and just wait for others to contribute? Yeah, it means that if you are that person that sit behind and wait for contributions, it means that you don't have problem solving skills, and it's something that you can acquire. Yeah, so these are the 3 skills. Then the fourth core skills is creative intelligence. Creative intelligence is not just a skill; it's a skill needed by every other person, every other skill holder. Let's say you have practicability skill. Practicability skill would enable you to be able to use a tool, but to be creative when using the tool, you need creative intelligence skills. For example, when I started my career, I used to be a graphic designer also. So as a computer operator, you do a whole lot of things. You do you do typing, you type it, work on Word, Excel. Yeah, then I used to use PageMaker to design newspaper pages as Access. Yeah, I used to use Access, Excel, PowerPoint, Publishers. All these things are things I started my career with. I learned all of them. Then I learned CorelDRAW. I started my career doing graphics. So I do graphics design. And the thing there with graphic design is this: when they bring something to me then and said, hey, Hanniel, can you help me recreate this design? Why not? Because I have practicability skills, because I can use a particular tool, I can actually use CorelDRAW to recreate that design. But yeah, meet me and say, Hanniel, please, can you design me a logo? A logo does not just require you having to know how to use the tool. Now you need to be creative. And then I didn't have creative intelligence. So my designs are always flop. They are always terrible. Then I could do something and it's always something that you want to redo, because it's not that I don't know how to use CorelDRAW to carry out design or to bet designs, but I don't have the creative intelligence needed to be able to design something innovative and inspiring. So practicability skill can stand on its own, but you can't go far with practicability skills alone. You can't go for practicability skills alone. So you need to add creative intelligence. But again, it's not only that. As an analyst, you can function well. You can be a regular analyst. But for you to be an exceptional analyst, you have to find new ways of identifying patterns. You have to find new ways of establishing relationship. And that's where creative intelligence comes to play, because creative intelligence is all about innovation, finding new ways, making things better, innovating ideas. So when you add creative intelligence skills to your analytical skills, it makes it easier for you to be able to innovate on processes, identifying patterns and all of that. So you can be a regular analyst, but you can be an exceptional analyst when you integrate creative intelligence into your analytical skill. The third is problem solving. You can just be able to develop problems. Someone brings in, I need you to develop a website for me. You can easily use your problem solving skills and your practicability skills. You have learned programming language, HTML, you've learned CSS, you've learned, let's say, PHP or Python, whatsoever programming language you want to use. You have learned all those programming languages, and now you can use those programming languages to build products. But being innovative enough for you to build a product that is catching, that is captivating, that is unique, you will need creative intelligence. So you can build a regular product like every other person, but what makes your product unique, what makes your product novel, is the creativity that you integrate into the product. So whether you are having practicability, whether you have practicability skill, or you have problem solving skills, or you have analytical skills, it's important that if you don't integrate, it's important for you to note that if you don't integrate creative intelligence into any of these skills, you will just end up becoming a regular practical person, a regular analyst, and a regular problem solver. Only creative intelligence gives you the ability and the potential for you to become an exceptional person in that field. So you need practicability, analytical, problem-solving skills, and creative intelligence. Those are the four core soft skills. Those are the four core soft skills that is needed for you to function in core tech. So now, in addition to these four core soft skills, you need three more for you to grow, because the growth, you can function as a tech professional and one that is doing the technical thing for a time being, because it will get to a stage whereby it's not just about what you know, it's now about how you are able to relate with other persons. And that's where you would now need these three other skills. One being communication skills. Communication skills is the ability for you to conceive idea, structure the idea, and convey the idea in a way that will make other persons to understand the idea. So for you to grow in tech, after you have done the whole technical thing that you need to do, and you are now good at your technical skill, you should have some level of skill that helps you to function and cooperate and work with others, and that's where communication skills come to play. Then the sixth core skill in tech generally is the networking skill, and networking skill is the ability for you to establish, maintain, and leverage on relationship with people for the purpose of career or professional growth. So in tech, you grow by people. Generally, not even in tech. Generally, whether you are the woman that sells in the market or the man that sells in a shop, you grow by people based on the people that you know. So, or based on the people you are able to reach, based on the people you are able to establish relationship with. Networking skill is very important when it has to do with tech, especially when it's time for you to grow. Then the seventh core soft skill needed in tech is leadership skill. And what is leadership? Leadership is the ability to harness human or material resources for the purpose of achieving a specific goal. So this is the simple and plain definition of leadership. Because there are like I said in that video of 7 core skills you need for you to be in tech, there are people to manage, there are processes to manage, there are technologies to manage, there are infrastructures to manage, and all these things require a form of leadership. So you need to now learn how to manage people, how to manage resources, how to manage processes. All these things are the things that has to do with you harnessing human resources and material resources for the purpose of achieving a specific goal. So these are the 7 core skills, but these are not all the skills needed for you in tech, but these are the core. If you are able to know yourself and you are able to determine which of these skills that you have, which of these skills you possess, it's easier for you to decide which area, which role, which career path that you should pursue or you should go into as long as tech is concerned. So it's important for you to know yourself. And like I said, knowing the soft skill is just one. Knowing the soft skill is just one thing about knowing yourself. The second thing about knowing yourself is having a desire, knowing what you want. Many people want to go into tech. And the truth of the matter is that they want to go into tech, but they don't know what exactly they are going into tech to do. Because maybe they are going to tech because a whole lot of persons are going into tech. Tech is now the new in thing. That's what everybody wants to be, especially now that AI is coming on board and disrupting a whole lot of things that is happening in the industry. Yes, it's good to be futuristic. It's good to have plans, but many persons don't know why. They don't know, they don't have a desire. So you find out that somebody decides that I want to go into the tech industry. He started saying, you know what, I want to do graphics design. He started graphics design. After a couple of months, he said, I don't want graphic design, I want to do analyticals. Because data analysis is now the next thing. So you left that graphic design, you switch into data analysis. Now you've done data analysis. You now find this data analysis is too difficult. Let me switch into cybersecurity. You leave cybersecurity, leave data analysis and go to cybersecurity. Now you're in cybersecurity and you're seeing a whole lot of tools and over 600 tools that you need to learn. And you say, no, I don't have the time. The reason why you are moving from one boat to another is because you've not been able to carve out a desire for yourself. What exactly do you want to achieve coming into tech? And let me help you to give you, this is actually where you create this is where you create what is known as a career objective. A career objective is your career purpose, what you want to pursue at every point in time. Your objectives, you should have a very broad objective, but you should also have a very specific. You should have specific objective. Like for example, when you get employed into an organization, what is your objective in getting before you accept that employment letter or that employment offer? What's actually your objective? Have you been able to create an objective for yourself or a purpose? Okay, I'm accepting this employment offer because I want to work and I want to build. I want to be able to gain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years experience with this organization. And after you've been able to design an objective, because there's a format to you creating an objective. The first thing is you create a purpose. Your purpose is what you want to achieve. Your purpose helps you to drive how you want to achieve it, which is your destination, which is the second thing you need to be able to identify in when designing your personal career objective. So you start by creating a purpose. My purpose is to go into tech and become a tech leader. My purpose is to go into tech and become a tech entrepreneur. My purpose is to go into tech and gather 20 years experience to the end I'm able to what? To start my own company. Create a purpose from onset. From onset. Don't start and you are 10, 5, 15 years into the industry and before you start designing a purpose for yourself. Because when you are able to identify your purpose early, it helps you to decide what to accept and what not to accept. I then when I was working in the hospitality industry as the head of IT or the IT manager, I had opportunities. I worked in that organization for 9 years, 8 9 years thereabouts. I had opportunities, several opportunities, because I was good at what I do. I was very, very good at what I do. I had different opportunities. I had opportunities to come work for the government. I decided to turn it down. I had an opportunity to work for private. I turned it down. And the reason was because I was pursuing my degree and I didn't want anything that would obstruct me pursuing my degree. I was doing a degree and also working, and the time flexibility was quite enough for me to be able to do both at the same time. So while the opportunities were coming, I was rejecting them because it was not time. Why? Because I had a purpose, I had a vision, I had something that I wanted to achieve within a specific time. When I got my degree, I then spent 6 months in that organization. I had to leave because my purpose has been achieved. My vision has been accomplished as at that point in time. Many of you who go into tech, you don't have a purpose, you don't have a vision, you don't know what you want to achieve. You're just going into tech because many people are in tech. And that is catastrophic, because at the end of the day, you accept everything that comes your way. You switch into every role that you see, every opportunity you take every opportunity that presents itself, and that is not good for your career growth. Create a career objective. Decide what you want to achieve. Have a desire. You're going into tech. I want to go into tech to be this. I want to go into tech to be this. Give yourself a time frame. So, like I said, you start by creating a purpose, then you create a destination. Give yourself time frame. In so numbers of years, I want to work in this organization and get this. If I'm able to get this, that's that. But once you've been able to create a destination, then you create an exit strategy. Many persons, they don't have exit strategy. And the reason why you don't have the reason why exit strategy is important is because it tells you how you can live and switch. The exit strategy would not just tell you how you would need to live to exit that particular career objective you created for yourself. It also helps you to create a new career objective for the next goal. So I started and said, hey, you know what? I know that I'm going to be a tech entrepreneur. Good. That's a good purpose. How long will it take me? 10 years. I should be a tech entrepreneur. So it means that I want to work for different organizations, acquire different skills, acquire different experiences before I now say, okay, now in 10 years' time, I should be ripe enough to start my own tech firm. And in 10 years' time, you gauge yourself and say, you know what, now because I have been able to start my own tech firm, it's time, because I've been able to achieve my purpose or my destination of 10 years, start your registration process, establish your tech company, then what? You exit. How do you exit? Many persons want to say now, because I'm exiting by resignation. Some persons will say my exit strategy is to be promoted to a new role. I want to start this tech profession, this tech role, but this is my exit strategy is I want to switch from this role to that role. I started as a data center, a computer operator, but I've transited from being a computer operator to being an help desk, to be a network engineer, to be a cybersecurity professional before even establishing my own company. So you need to have a purpose, have a destination, then have a system of exit, how you want to leave the organization. So those are the two things you need to know about yourself. Like I said, just to recap, know your soft skill. The reason you need to know your soft skills is because combining the different soft skills that you have, they can actually determine the role that best suits you. If not, you end up moving from one role to another and not finding fulfillment in those roles. Secondly, have a desire what you want. Create a desire for yourself, and in creating a desire, you what you design your career purpose, design your career destination, and then design your exit strategy. Those are the things you need to know about yourself. So you need to know about the industry. After knowing about the industry, you need to know about yourself. After you now know about yourself, the next thing you want to do is to what? Is to get a mentor. Get a mentor. Get a mentor. Tech is not mentorship is mentorship is largely a system of advantage for you as a person or as a tech aspiring tech professional, because a whole lot of persons have passed through the route you want to pass through. A whole lot of persons have become master of that, have mastered that role you want to start. You are not the first person to go into that role. You will not even be the last. A whole lot of persons have gone way ahead of you. So why not leverage on their failures and successes to be able to achieve yours better? And that's the advantage and the reason why you need a mentor. You don't just go into tech without having a mentor, because a mentor doesn't just tells you what is failure. A mentor is successes. A mentor would also give you guidelines, give you guidance, direct you, manage you, and more important, would also help you to achieve your goal with little or very, very minimal failures. Why? Because I have failed in certain areas, and I will not want my mentee to also fail in those areas. That's why I will tell them, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do, based on what I've been able to do. There is many persons think that they don't need mentors. When I started my career in tech, that was 2007, 2008. There were not many mentors. There were not many persons in this part of the world that were qualified at that time to become mentors, because it was an evolving field. It just started, and a whole lot of persons are still trying to find their footstool in the industry. So there were not much mentors that you can go approach and all of that. So because of that, we that are experienced now, we had a lot of failures. We failed a whole lot of ways. We invested in businesses that crumbles and crashed. We invested in skills that were never needed. So why not get a mentor who has passed through this path to guide you? Why not get a mentor who has passed through this path to guide you? It doesn't just mentorship is not, you don't just need a mentor for you don't need a mentor for the purpose of getting to hear stories. You need a mentor so that you can, what took a mentor 10 years, if you subject yourself under that person, it can take you lesser numbers of years, because the mentor would not want you to fail in the way that he or she had failed. Many persons don't see the need for a mentor, but I tell you, mentorship is very, very important as long as tech is concerned. You can't overrule the place of mentorship. If not, it will take you longer numbers of years to achieve what you can achieve in shorter time with the help of a mentor. So get a mentor. So you need a mentor in two areas. You need a mentor first as one that is starting the industry. You need a career mentor. Someone that can guide you, tell you what skill to learn, what skill not to learn, what role to pursue, what role not to pursue, what offer to accept, what also offer not to accept, and someone that can also help you to use his relationship. Because one of the advantages of mentor, I made mention of networking, and I told you that networking is the ability to identify, establish, manage, and leverage on existing relationship for specific and career growth. Mentorship is a system of networking. So once you've been able to identify mentors, you establish a relationship with them, you maintain the relationship, you can leverage their network for you to be able to grow. There are a lot of persons who have called me, hey Hanniel, I want to go to I want to go to this organization and I don't know how to go about it. I want to submit CV in this organization. I don't know if they will pick me. And because I have leverage, because I have a relationship with some of these organizations, even though if I don't have a relationship with some of these organizations, I can easily make calls, use my network as one who has decided to step into the role of mentors. As a role of a mentor, I can use my relationship, establish a relationship in that organization, and now use my relationship to pitch the fact that, hey, one of my mentees is submitting a CV because there's an opening and I think he's fit for the job. A mentor can do that. And you can leverage on a mentor's relationship. For many persons, they don't see the need of a mentor. They don't see the need why mentorship is important, and you just learn the hard way. That's the simple truth. If you don't leverage on mentorship, you learn the hard way. So get a mentor. This is a step. This is a strategic step because okay, just get a mentor. Let me leave it at that. Get a mentor. It's very important. Career mentor, but you also need brand mentor because as you progress in your career, it's not everything you want to share. It's not everything you want to publish. It's not everything you want. You need a brand mentor, someone that wants to tell you what to share, what not to share, because your goal, the goal for especially those of us that are watching me from the 100,000, the Tech Camp project or Tech Camp program that we launched. Yeah, let me even use the opportunity to even talk to. We actually launched an initiative to an 100,000 Tech Camp program initiative, which is a tech career apprenticeship and mentorship program, which is a program that wants to see how we can convert 100,000 tech enthusiasts, those who don't know anything about tech and are interested in becoming tech professionals, to become tech professionals. So we want to see how we can connect them, move them. We want to see how we can stand as a bridge to move tech enthusiasts to becoming tech professionals for free. It's completely free. For those we currently have our first cohort, over 425 students enrolled, and many of them they can testify the fact that ₦1, $1 was not collected from them, and they are currently studying. So take note of the fact that cohort 2 will soon be opening up. So take note, once it opens up, ensure that you apply, and you would not just, the program is even in two phases. There is a first phase where you will do a self-paced, self-learning method. We have videos that are on our learning management system. You would watch the videos. Once you complete the first phase, you are now connected. You would now be assigned to an instructor who would help you to use the skill that you have applied or the skill that you have acquired to build portfolios, build projects, build ideas that you can use to show, to put on your resume as projects that you have been able to execute. And with that, you can easily get a job, and more importantly, you can even switch into the freelancing community, which are the opportunities that exist in tech. So that opportunity, the 100,000 Tech Camp Project Cohort 2 is opening soon. So let's take note of that. Once it opens, please ensure that you apply. So the reason why you need a tech mentor, go back to our topic now. The reason why you need a tech mentor, I've given you the reason why you need a tech mentor. You need a brand mentor to tell you what to do. Many of those who are under the 100,000 Tech Camp project, they are directly under my mentorship. So we have our sessions where we'll be teaching them some of these things, and they will have the opportunity to ask me questions directly on our student community. So that I can guide them, I can give them advice, I can give them counsel on specific area in tech. But now when getting a mentor, you need there are qualifications that is needed for you to get a mentor. You don't just, there is a role you have to play as a mentee. There are requirements that you have to have as a mentee. Then there are qualifications that your mentor is expected to have. One of the qualifications your mentor is expected to have, no, let me start off what you as a person, you are expected to have as a mentee. The first thing is that you need to be a person of character. You need to be a person of what? A character. Character is largely how you respond to issues, how you respond to problems, and all of that. So if you are not a person of character, it will be difficult for you to keep a mentor. because mentorship is work. For you to maintain a mentorship relationship is work. The mentor is busy. The mentor is always busy because he's always someone that wants to know what's happening, wants to grow and all of that. So it is your role now to ensure that the mentor is always, the mentor gives you a portion of his time. Don't assume that because the mentor is busy, the mentor does not want to mentor you. You are the one that needs the mentor. So you need to design a system that will ensure that the mentor sees you. Always send the mentor information. Keep the mentor up to date. So you must be a person of character. Secondly, you must be somebody that is persistent. You must be a person that is patient. These are some of the things you need to have. You also should be someone that can communicate, because if you can't communicate, your mentor will not be the one reaching out to you every now and then. It is only in the place of opportunities your mentor remembers you. But when you want to make your mentor to remember you in the place of opportunity, you have to ensure that you maintain the relationship through communication. So these are some of the things I think we're going to deal on this mentorship aspect sometime in future. But for now, these are the character you need to have. There are a whole lot of character you need to have as a mentee. So, but now let's look at the qualification of what qualifies somebody to be your mentor. You want to pick a mentor. What are the things? What are the things? What are the things you need to? What are the things you need to have? Or what are the things your mentor is expected to possess? One, your mentor is expected to possess something that is known as having a growth mindset. You know, as long as anybody that does not, in tech, there are 7 mindsets that is expected of you to have in tech. 7. We'll treat that sometime in future, but take note, there are 7 mindsets that, one, for you to be that leader, that tech leader, because there is a strategy that helps you move from being a tech enthusiast to being a tech expert. There is a strategy that helps you move from being a tech expert to being a tech entrepreneur. There is another strategy that helps you move from being a tech entrepreneur to being a tech leader. They are all strategic in whatsoever way you want to look at them. So you should understand that there are things that qualifies somebody to become a tech mentor. One is what? Growth mindedness. The mentor should be someone that is growth minded, wants to submit himself under tutelage, wants to learn what is happening in tech, because tech is an evolving field, it's an evolving industry. It doesn't stay in one place, it always grows. New innovations continue to emerge. The skill you learned 2 years ago becomes obsolete after 2 years. That's the reason why most certifications tells you that you have to recertify or retake their exams after 2 to 3 years, because they themselves know that skill in itself has become obsolete after a couple of years. So that's the reason why you have to continue learning. So the person you are taking as a mentor must be somebody that is growth minded, that wants to learn more. The second qualification of a mentor is that the mentor should be experienced. Usually, I want to advise that your mentor should be experienced in not just one role, because you can have people who consider themselves to be mentors, but they are just they've only functioned in one role for 30 years. So you are, for example, an help desk support person for 30 years. For 30 years, you'll be doing help desk support. You've not navigated from being an help desk support technician to being a network engineer or system engineer or system administrator. All you do is help desk for 30-something years. That I don't think such person should mentor others, because the knowledge the person has or the experience the person has is limited. I believe a mentor should have multiple roles in the same career path, or multiple roles in different career path, or the mentor should have multiple roles in different tech domain. So you can start your career as as a mentor. I believe a mentor should have, let's say a mentor starts his career as an IT officer or a help desk support specialist, but yeah, you grow from being an help desk support specialist to being a network engineer, or a technician to being a network engineer. From there, you grow from being a network engineer to being a network security engineer. So you grow, you grow. You don't stay in one place because you are functioning in different roles. It's easier for you to guide people that want to function in any of those roles. For example, as a person, I started as a computer operator, helping people to type, helping people to draw, to redesign their projects or do graphic works and all of that. But I transited from there to being a technician. From a technician, I became an help desk support professional. From there, I went into IT management. From there, I went into becoming a cybersecurity specialist. From there, I went to becoming a cybersecurity analyst. And this is how I've grown. Now I now own my own company and I'm doing trainings and I'm carrying out cybersecurity services and I'm doing consultancy because I've been able to experience a whole lot. Now I can mentor people because I have many experiences in different fields. But take note, on my own, I learned web design. I learned web graphics, what's it called, web development, and I also developed websites. Even though it was not originally in my career path, I've never worked for worked for a company that does graphic design, but I have designed websites for organizations on my own that I work for. So ensure that the person has the mentor is growth minded, has growth mindset. Then the second thing, ensure that the mentor is experienced, not experienced in one role in tech for huge numbers of years, but experienced in multiple roles in tech. And the numbers of years that somebody, because everybody now, every nowadays wants many people are considering themselves to be mentors because they have 2 to 3 years experience, and all of a sudden they are mentors. 2 to 3 years experience in tech, and you are a mentor. What exactly are you mentoring? Because personally, I think if you've not been able to achieve up to 8 years experience in tech, there's nothing you can mentor. Tech is a broad field, so it doesn't mean that you have, in 2 to 3 years, you've been able to function in 4 different career roles. You should, if that's the case, well, probably you are exceptional and you succeed in those 4 different roles, because it's not just about functioning in those roles, it's functioning in those roles and succeeding in them. So the third and final thing, requirement or qualification of the mentor, is that the mentor must be willing to leverage on his or her relationship for your growth. Not all mentors want to release their relationship to their mentees. Some mentors, no. Not all mentors want to release their relationship to their for their mentees. No, not all mentors. Some want to just release their relationship to those that they know, not even mentees, family members, for the purpose of favoritism and nepotism. Well, it's good. A mentor should be willing to release his relationship. A mentor should be willing to what? To use his relationship for the purpose of his mentee. And this particular requirements can be difficult for you to be able to establish as a mentee before you approach a mentor. But if you find out that a mentor is not willing to use his relationship for you, please, there's no need for that relationship of mentor mentee to be. There's no need for that relationship to continue to exist. You can just, with humility, excuse yourself from the relationship, because it's not just all about their mindset. It's not just all about their experience. It's also about their relationship, because a mentor should be willing to release his relationship and use his relationship for the purpose of ensuring that they help their mentee to grow. Well, this is all that we have for you today in the this is all that we have for you today in the topic how to become a tech expertpreneur. Oh, sorry. This is all we have for you today in the topic how to become a tech professional. And I can tell you that this is not all. We've only treated three of the steps. Know the domain, the tech domain. The second step is know yourself. The third step is get a mentor. Now, now we'll be looking at some other steps that you need to take, because all these steps must be complete for you to become a tech professional. So see you next week, where we'll be looking at other. That means this session is going to be switch, entering part 3. This is part 2. Now we'll be looking at part 3 of this particular session. So thank you for joining us today. And my name is Hanniel H. Jafaru. I am the Tech Mentor. See you next week.